Guys, welcome back to the Wiser Dude YouTube channel. Cheers. Alright, so we finally separated all the different types of metals. It was just copper and brass, but it was a lot to separate. Got a big bucket of brass right here. It's pretty heavy. And then all this stuff is also brass in those two buckets. I've been melting the copper. This is what I have left after we separated everything in this bucket. These pieces are the same as these over here. They're just flattened down. We hit those ones with a hammer to flatten them. That way we could fit more in the crucible. So I'm gearing up for a big melt. I want to melt all of this copper tonight. I don't know if I'll have enough time on this video. I have plenty of time in my shop. I mean, it's lit up very nice. It's dark. It's late outside right now. But it's nice and cool. So this is the best time to be out here doing this stuff. I don't like doing it in the middle of the day, man. It's too hot here in Texas. So we're going to start with the stuff that's already flattened down. Throw that into this big crucible. On Friday, I have a set of Avengers coin molds. So, like these coin molds, this one's Iron Man. Alright, I have a set coming Friday with Captain America, Thor, Hulk, and another Iron Man. So that set will be here Friday. So what I want to do is get all the copper melted down and cast it into this size bar. This is a 1 pound bar if I fill it all the way up with copper. It's like a little bit over 1 pound. But the reason I want to do that is because this small crucible, this 2 kilogram, it's much easier to pour the coins with the small one. The big one's a little harder. So if I can melt all that copper down in this big one right now and cast it into little bars, then I can melt the small bars into this and it'll make it easier for me to pour the coins. So that's the plan. Melt all the copper. We might get a couple coins out of this tonight. That's not really the goal, but they're always cool to have. So also I'm going to melt this 2 pound bar. This is pure copper. If I filled up the mold all the way, here's the mold. This is my biggest mold I have. If I filled it up all the way, oh damn. All right. Well, if I filled it up all the way, it would weigh 5 pounds. So right now it's like 2.5 pounds. But I don't like it because it's not a complete bar, so I'm going to melt it again. And while I was showing y'all that, my damn weld broke. I had welded this handle back on because it broke before, but it just broke again. So, whatever. I have a welder. I'll clean this stuff off and weld it back on. It's not really important right now. I'll do it tomorrow in my free time. So first things first, we're going to get a whole bunch of this copper. Start filling up this crucible. I'm also going to throw this bar in there too right now. Big handful. All right, so we've got the crucible pretty full. There's maybe about 4 pounds of copper in there. I don't know, we'll find out after we get done melting. But I still have a bunch in here too. And this is the last of the copper that I have right here. That isn't melted already. So, let's go ahead and get this thing set up. You always want to put a piece of cardboard in the furnace before you put the crucible in there. That way the crucible doesn't stick to the furnace when it gets hot. This stops it from sticking to it. So it helps. All right, we got all our copper here. Put our lid on. A little bit of toilet paper. We light that up. Turn on the gas. Alright guys, it's going to take about 15 minutes for that to melt, so I'll go ahead and pause the recording and we'll come back to it. Alright guys, here we go. We're getting ready to pour. Let's see what we can do with this pure copper. Fuck. Man, that's crazy hot right there. There's still a bunch of copper in there too. The skull got all messed up. It looks like crap. Yeah, we're gonna have to remelt that skull. The other two coins came out pretty nice. I'm gonna put the skull back in the crucible and we're gonna fire it up again. We're gonna cool them off in a minute. All right, guys, here we go again. Let's go ahead and pour the rest of this copper. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. All right, guys. That worked out really well. Turns out all I needed was a few more beers in me. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna let that cool off for a bit and clean it up, and then we'll get a nice weigh on it and see how much we got. All right, guys, let's clean them up. These last 3 coins that I made are some of the most beautiful coins that I've ever made. Everything just worked out perfectly with these pours. When I poured these last 3 coins, I got 2 more right here. Man, it just worked out. Everything worked out great. The molds were hot. You know, they're some of the prettiest coins I've ever made. I'm gonna clean these up. We'll pause the recording to save time, and then I'll show you what we got. Check out those 5 coins. Man, that is beautiful, pure copper. All right, guys, the video is coming to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is all pure copper. I got the scale set to pounds. Let's go ahead and weigh it out. That's already 1 pound, 10 ounces right there, just one. 2 pounds, 14 ounces. 3 pounds, 4 ounces. 4 pounds and 5 ounces. That is amazing. Pure copper. Those coins are awesome. These bars will be melted again later to make more coins when the new set of Avenger molds comes in on Friday. We'll melt these bars and make more of those coins with the new molds. Here's a very quick look at the new stack.